Oh, yeah, baby. We are here. Hey, put your fat face on the screen, you big giant turd. There I am. Hey, what's going on, Tampa Bay and beyond? It is Out of Bounds with me, Johnny B. And this is the first day of training camp wrapped up today. We are really into it now. So this show, as we move forward, is going to become more and more like a real Bucks streaming show. We've been in our infancy kind of stage, but now things are getting to the nitty gritty. I'm starting to really make some contacts. We're going to start bringing in some guests within Bucks Media and maybe even higher than that. So thanks for joining me. 18, 19 people, however many people have hopped on. Do appreciate it. We have a lot of stuff planned for you. We're going to catch up, obviously, on some of the things that happen in training camp. If you go to bucksreport.com, of course, everything is up there in real time. Evan Winter was at training camp today, and I know he was on with What the Buck earlier, but I'll be going over some of his notes right from our website, bucksreport.com, on things that happened today in training camp. I mean, it's first day of training camp, so things aren't going to go real nuts. You know, things are kind of a feel them out stage. Like where's everybody at? You know, you got to get everybody on the same page mentally, you know, kind of evaluate where they are. Are they rusty? I heard there was a lot of drop passes today from receivers, and including rookie Jalen Darden, even though he apparently had a lot of twitch and a lot of speed. You know, he had nerves, man. You know, he's a rookie. He's going to drop some passes and stuff, you know. So a lot of new things happening, you know, with media being in the building a lot more and on the field, and fans at training camp today. So I know there were pass holders there today. There's still a lot of COVID restrictions and things going around there. I know we're in the middle of a Delta variant spike. So we're going to talk about some of that today. Of course, if you're paying attention, some of the news that came out with Leonard Fournette and, you know, some other NFL players that are hesitant about getting the vaccine and all the controversy kind of swirling around that and how the protocols are different for them and for the vaccinated players and all that jive. Shout out to my friends. Look at that. Comedian legend Mike Rivera in the house, everybody. Look at that. A Tampa treasure if I've ever seen one. And one of my oldest, bestest friends, season ticket holder, and a guy that I've seen many, many Bucks games with, my man, Chef Billy Queen in the house. Look at this guy. Yeah, so people are popping in. Gabbert looks sketchy. What do you mean sketchy? Like on the field or as a person? Because he does. As a person, he looks like he could try to sell you a timeshare. He's a smooth-looking cat. Absolutely. Kevin Johnson from Cali. Look at this guy. All right. Make sure you guys are smashing that share button too, getting the word out as this show is going to grow. And by the time the regular season starts, this is going to be the biggest, baddest show on the internet, man. We're going to push the envelope. It's called Out of Bounds for a reason, because if you know me at all from my FM radio program or my stand-up comedy shows, I tend to push it a little out of bounds. I do get myself in a little bit of trouble once in a while. It's okay, though. You know, my mouth gets me in trouble. But a lot of people are popping in. Do appreciate it. If you have any questions or if you want to talk about anything when it comes to the Bucks or today's training camp, feel free to hop into the comments. Do appreciate that. I'm going to be here for a little while. I do have to skate out and go to a show tonight in St. Pete where I'll be judging a roast battle. So if you're not doing anything, Vortex in St. Pete tonight. I know Tampa Bay Ray went to the last one and had a great time. So come on out. If you're not doing anything, Vortex Bar and Grill. It's going to be a bunch of comedians talking smack about each other, and I'm one of the judges. So it's a lot of fun. So come on out for that. Do appreciate it. I mean, let's start off today talking about these rings. I mean, how much screen time have you spent staring at these Super Bowl rings? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but you know, it's definitely the screensaver on my phone. Like I know we're biased because it's our team, but is it not the most beautiful ring? Is it not the best Super Bowl ring? Tell me a better one. I mean, there's been some good ones. And it wasn't even the most diamonds ever in a Super Bowl ring. 319 diamonds, which was symbolic, 31-9 win. And I know there's been rings with 400 and something and everything else. That's not the point. You know, 319, that's a lot of rings, or a lot of diamonds. I'm sorry. But it's the first Super Bowl ring ever to have a twist off top with the stadium on the inside. Disgusting how gorgeous and how awesome this ring is. I dare you to find another one. AB being late to practice. Great question, Billy. I've read a few reports on that, and I did listen to Bruce Arians comment on it earlier. It didn't seem like it was a big deal. We don't know why, but he was in the training facility, came out a little late. He did practice late. Bruce Arians simply said he's fine. So we don't know if he was in there getting some maintenance done on him, which is very possible, or what was going on. It doesn't matter. He's Antonio Brown. Practice? We talking practice? I don't think it was a disciplinary thing. I know everybody's going to be, you know, keeping this guy on a short leash mentally, always ready for something crazy to happen. I'm right there with you. I thought he was going to come unraveled last season at some time, but so far so good. He looked like his head was together at the ring ceremony. He had a nice Instagram post about Tom Brady, to Tom Brady. I think right now he's still in a good place, man. I think he's okay. So I wouldn't sweat too much about Antonio Brown being late. So I think it's okay. Overthrows and in the dirt. Gabbert, did that happen today? I didn't see. I saw Gabbert play one time last year, and that was against Detroit, and he looked great. Then again, I could probably throw about 3 touchdowns against Detroit, and I'm a big, fat, out-of-shape piece of shit. So, yeah, I don't know. I think Blaine Gabbert is the best that we have right now. He obviously knows the system, you know, and look, everybody, you know, we don't want to think about the possibility of Brady not playing. I don't even like to say it, right? You know, it's like saying Beetlejuice, you know, 3 times. You don't want to say it. But honestly, look at the team around whoever is throwing the ball. I think most backup quarterbacks could pull a couple of wins out, with that team around them. I mean, let's get real. Leonard Fournette, I guess, was taking most of the first team reps today. A lot of controversy swirling around him. He did a tweet, 2 days ago about the vaccine, said I can't do it, and then immediately deleted it about a half hour later, which tells me that, his manager, our Bruce Arians or somebody said, hey, man, take that tweet down. Don't do that. And, look, there's a lot of people that are worried around this vaccine. There's a lot of mixed signals, things are coming in, and depending on what you believe and what you don't believe, it's scary for a lot of people. How crowded was training camp perspective? Honestly, it was the covered bleachers, and I know it was season pass holders, and if I'm not mistaken, I think they had to be vaccinated. And I couldn't tell. It was kind of shaded in there from the video I saw, but it sounded like there was, a good group of people. They were chanting Brady when he came out onto the field. So I don't know. I mean, how crowded is too crowded? I mean, all you got to do is turn on your TV. If you saw the Milwaukee Bucks, they were celebrating their NBA championship, and it was 100,000 people on the streets, elbow to elbow, with no masks on. So I mean, it's hard to even be weary of crowds anymore, because they're going to be out there no matter what. When the Bucks won the Super Bowl, national media was damning all of Tampa and, of course, our state, because we're, in the national media's eyes, we're a bunch of hayseed rednecks that just don't wear masks and cough in each other's mouths and stuff. Oh, God, a phone call coming in. Anyway, so I don't know. And there wasn't really a spike from that. I think outdoors, it seems to be the science has shown that it's a little safer for outdoors. So I don't know. We shall see. Let's take this. No, I'm not going to take this phone call. I don't even know if he knows I'm streaming right now. And this guy will say something completely offensive. It's one of my best friends, Vinny. He is a piece of crap. And there's people in this chat that will vouch for me. If I answer and he just says something really like disgusting, I can't dump here like I can on FM radio, By the way, I am on FM radio. If you didn't know, if you're just tuning in, please go listen to my show. Boom. It's right there. 102.5 The Bone, Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to midnight. I mean, watch it while you can. They're going to fire me sooner or later. I've been there almost 8 years. I would have fired me by now. Anywho, back to what we were talking about. More people popping in the chat. Hop on in here. You know what, Billy? Leonard Fournette, number 7. Like, for a second, it looked weird in a Bucs uniform. I mean, we were used to, seeing him, what was he, 28, I guess. But, I mean, he was 7 at LSU, and that's where I became a fan of him first. He was such an animal. So I don't mind him in number 7. And he looks a little bigger wearing the number 7, because it's that little, what I mean? It's like back in the old days in the 90s when, my first wife bought me a Warwick Dunn jersey, and it was a 5XL Warwick Dunn jersey, and it's this little tiny ass number 28 in the middle of my sternum, because they don't make the numbers bigger when you're fatter. And I immediately had her take that back. I'm like, I'm not wearing a 140-pound man's jersey and looking like that. Not going to happen. Big Bear, this guy is a Buffalo Bills fan, but one of my good friends and follows everything we do. Bills Mafia Godfather is in the building. This guy right here. They will be coming down playing our Buccaneers this year. So that's going to be a lot of fun, man. Could you answer? I did see your question, Abraham. And you're asking me a question about a guy that may or may not make the team. I'll pop back up here. Scouting report for Elijah Ponder, defensive lineman. I mean, what I know about Elijah Ponder, I believe he's went to Cincinnati. He is outside linebacker, defensive end type, if I'm not mistaken. And, he's got good size, 6'2", 285, around there. I don't know a lot about him, man. I know who he is, but I need to know more. And I promise you I will be digging deeper into this guy's, training camp performances and seeing how he's doing. Even Bruce Arians said today that he has to go in and check out all the film from Field 2 and all that. I mean, it's day one. I know who the guy is, and I promise you, Abraham, as we get more into training camp, I will get deeper into the player development, and of course how the veterans are doing and all that. So it's just been kind of like off season, kind of let's see what's going on. We just got done with the Lightning, and now we're watching the Rays, battling for first place in the division and still keeping with the Bucks. But it's about to be full force, all Bucks talk soon. So I'll be getting in there. I like what Elijah Ponder could be, but we'll see. I mean, we're in such win now mode for the Bucks. It's hard to even concentrate on developmental players or players for the future. Like I like the, Davis, the kid that we got last year in the draft, at defensive line. And I know he got a little playing time last year, and I want to see him develop. And I think he's going to be a future guy. And there's a lot of guys out there. Of course, we got Joe Tryon. Everybody wants to see what he looks like this year, but he's still a rookie. So he's going to have to sit, and learn behind JPP, learn behind Shaq Barrett, so we'll see what happens there. You can jump in the stream. I put a link up in the top. I mean, if you jump in and you suck, I'll just take you out real fast. Not a big deal. I don't care. There's not a big deal. Whatever. I'm very open to stuff. This is one of those, kind of pre-season, first day of training camp kind of mess around shows anyway. So I'm just kind of hanging out with you guys. See, I don't have a guest scheduled today. I don't, it's like whatevs is what we're doing right now. You're in my home studio, just hanging out with me. Look, we're having coffee. Everything's good. Yeah. If you don't have this one, I don't know what you did. If you didn't hop on this Tumblr when Buccaneers.com put it out, this is the greatest one ever. Like I'm not bragging. I'm just saying it's the best one ever. If I ever lose that, I'll be very, very sad. And look at this guy. What in the world? He's not a Bills Mafia. He's a douche. That is mean. Okay, Vinny. See what I'm saying? That's why I couldn't take his phone call. Mike Rivera, didn't they pick up a third down pass catching back? Yeah, they did. And apparently he was catching a bunch of them. So, that's true. We did do that. So, let me pop in here. I'm going to go to, while we're doing this, while I'm looking through the chat, let me pop on bucksreport.com so I can show some love to our guy, Evan Winter. What a great grab, by the way, for Bucks Report. Evan will be calling into my nighttime radio show on a rotation with some other Bucks Report media members. And we're signing them like crazy. I say we, like I'm part of the, I'm at, the bosses, just like they signed me, they're signing other people. But Evan Winter is awesome. He's at training camp right now, and he lives in Tennessee. So he's down here covering the Bucks for bucksreport.com. And man, lightning fast, already put a nice report out. If you go to bucksreport.com, you can see it yourself. But he's got a nice little rundown and some video that he has posted. He says there, Jalen Darden was very impressive from what he is saying. Even burning Carlton Davis III at one point. Bruce Arians did say he saw too many drops from Darden on day one. He chalked it up to nerves. I listened to that too, and it was funny because Bruce Arians is famous for his, I think he had 1 year or 2 years of broadcasting, and he got in a little trouble with the network when he said wide ass open on a broadcast. Well, he said that today about Jalen Darden. He said you got to catch those passes when they're wide, when you're wide ass open. So I guess he knows that's his signature line now. So it's pretty good. Let's see here. Continue on through here. Oh, look at that, man. Jeremiah Hafner's back, everybody. Are you happy? Did you miss him? I did. All right, he's back. Okie dokie. Back to Evan Winter's report from today. Robert Hainsey. Everybody knows who he is, right? He is the rookie center that we got. He could also play guard from Notre Dame, if I'm not mistaken. But he was taking snaps with the number 2 team, which I kind of expected. He's kind of a stud, but I mean, that's pretty fast for day one. He was working with the 2s at center, which is great. Not that I want Ryan Jensen to go anywhere. There was a question asked today on Twitter if you could hang out with any Buccaneer, present Buccaneer for one day, who would it be? And I had to mow that one over. That was a great question. It was a Stank Bastard over there from the Loose Cannons guys. And I was like, that is an awesome question. And I had to go with Ryan Jensen on that because he's a barbecue guy like me. And I just imagine me and Big Red, just hitting up all the good barbecue spots. I'd have to take him over to Wicked Oak over in Seminole Heights to see my guy Bubba over there. It's my favorite barbecue. Or maybe go see Dr. Barbecue in St. Pete. Or there's so many great barbecue spots in this area. So it would be tough, but that would be a great day. Just eat ourselves sick. I think he could probably out-eat me, though. Ryan Jensen. He's got a better metabolism. He's a little bit better shape than I am. He could probably definitely out-eat me. Jarrell Adams. Do you guys know who that is? Great question. He is a tight end and apparently had a pretty good day as far as Evan Winter says. Made several catches over the middle and even a couple nice open field ones with extra yardage. So I got to be honest. I wasn't real familiar with who he was until Evan Winter reported on him. I kind of sounds familiar, but that's why we have guys like Evan Winter. And he did talk about Antonio Brown, Billy. Evan Winter said that he's still unclear why Brown wasn't on the field at the beginning of practice, but settled down once he came out of the training center about an hour after everything started. It couldn't have been something, or it could have been something as benign as routine maintenance. Like I said, Arians did say he was fine. I heard that in a presser, and it's probably nothing. So there you go. Everybody calm down. Kyle Trask practices as a third-string quarterback. I've been saying that from day one since they drafted him, and especially after they gave him a contract as early as they did. It's going to be, I'm sorry, it looks like, some people are just going to have to be on the practice squad or not be on the team. There's too much depth. There's too many good players. So sorry about that. If it's sad. Hey, Timmy, I love you too, pal. Look at this guy. Look at everybody's popping in. Yeah, they just picked him up. Adams. Yep. That's what I assumed. Jensen plays like you did back in the day. Mean. Yes. Billy played, junior high and high school football with me. And yes, I wouldn't say I played mean. Okay, I was an asshole on the field. It's true. But, when you're a lineman, you can't be nice. Nobody wants a nice lineman, It's just not it. I played defensive line, nose tackle. Your job, at least back in the 80s, was just to put your fat ass in the A gap and not let anybody run up the middle. That's really all they wanted. They didn't want me to sack anybody. Just be a big Gilbert Brown. They see a big old fat kid walk on the field, they're like, put him in the A gap, make him run wide. And that's what they did. But yeah, I was mean. What do you want? I was mean. My son was meaner. My son played football. He played at Plant for a little while. In high school, he was 6'5", 300 pounds. And in middle school and junior high, grade school, when I coached his little league teams, like our head coach had a rule that he was allowed to get 1 15-yard penalty for a late hit, but only in the first quarter, just to set the tone. It's a different world now, folks. Different world. Let me get to some of these questions here. Will Todd Bowles succeed BA as head coach? That is a question that's been asked for a while. We don't know. Is it Byron Leftwich? Is it Todd Bowles? Who knows? I do think it would be one of them. Honestly, if I had to guess between the two, I would say Byron Leftwich probably, because, he hasn't been a head coach yet. He seems to be very good with the offense. You can't complain there. And after last season, we kind of found out that he had a little more to do with it than people were giving him credit for. A lot of people thought he was just this figurehead and that Bruce was really calling the plays, but a lot of things that Tom Brady said in interviews, in the postseason and after, really alluded to Byron Leftwich having a heavier hand in the play calling. So, it's Byron Leftwich. If I had to guess, if I had to put my hard-earned money on who succeeds, if they do, it would be Byron Leftwich, in my opinion. We love you, Johnny. What was your number in football? Ooh, great question. In high school, I went with the player that I emulated at that time that was playing the NFL. It wasn't even a Buccaneer. I wore number 72 because of William the Refrigerator Perry for the Chicago Bears. Also was a big A-gap stuffing, middle of the field nose tackle, and that's what I played. And I was also big and fat. So I really loved the Refrigerator Perry. He was a guy that I looked up to when I played football. That's how old I am, man. Okay. Jeez. Leftwich was hand chosen by BA to give him an opportunity. Yes, absolutely. Well, everybody on BA's staff was really hand chosen by BA. A lot of these guys have worked with him for decades. I mean, he's had these guys around him as far back as, when he was at Temple. So, yeah, I mean, he's a head coach. Everybody's handpicked by the head coach, at least for BA. I don't know about other coaching staffs. I've seen some former Buccaneers head coaches that just keep people on that were with other coaches and everything. I hate that. I say when somebody, is fired or moves on, just take the whole staff with them, man. Let the new coach bring in all of his own guys. And yes, I did run the 440 in junior high on our track team, Billy, only because our coach liked to gamble. And he was also a former Buccaneer, Frank Oliver, if you guys remember him from the 80s. He was our track coach. And he would bet with the other coaches that the fattest guy on the track team, by the way, I threw the shot put. That's why I was on the track team, okay? He would bet them like hundreds of dollars that I could run the 440 without walking. It's 2 laps, okay? All right. And he would tell me, don't run fast, just don't walk. And I would do it. And everybody would cheer me on like, I was a Special Olympian. It's fine. It was the 80s, and it was okay to humiliate a fat kid to make money. I did it. I enjoyed it. Bowles was chosen to craft his defense. BA brought Leftwich in to showcase his talent. I mean, these are all pretty basic truths. Yeah. I mean, you can't complain about Bowles' defense. The guy's been great at it for a long time. And if he has the right personnel like he did last year and they gelled at the right time, that's what happens. So the question is, can they be better this year? And how much better can they be? I think, yes, they can be better. The defense can be, but how much better? Because they were getting better and better in the postseason, which is scary as hell. Am I wrong? Like, if that defense gets better than they were in the Super Bowl when they shut down Patrick Mahomes, I mean, that's pretty disgusting. I mean, there's people talking about undefeated seasons. I'm not saying that. That's kind of crazy to just jump out and say they can go undefeated. But they can go undefeated. They could. Nobody would be shocked, I don't think. But I would like to see in the comments what you guys think the record will be. And remember, there's 17 regular season games this year. It's not a 16-game season anymore. I have already went public with mine and said 14-3 is my prediction, and I'm sticking with it. I have no reason to go back on that. So I'd like to see what you guys think and be honest about it. I mean, we're all diehard Bucs fans, so we all are going to, kind of put them on a pedestal. And I mean, now we can. They're the world champions, but it's like if your kid plays a sport, you're always going to think they're the best at it. And trust me, I coached kids sports. Most of them suck. 18-1. That math doesn't add up, Jeremiah. I'm just saying, it's a 17-game season. Are you going with? Are you going? They win the first round of the playoffs and then they lose. And okay, is that maybe? I don't know. 13-4. I'd be happy with that. I think that actually sounds a little more realistic. Right here, agreeing with me. 14-3. Now I broke it down with Rick on his show and on my nighttime FM show. Why we broke down every game, and this is why I thought they would go 14-3. And I'm not going to break down the whole season again. 15-2. We split with New Orleans. Don't kill me, and lose to the Bills. Look, the Bills is one of those games, man, that we could definitely lose that game. We have a tough time with New York teams coming to Raymond James Stadium. We always have a toughie, except for the Jets. They suck out loud. But yeah, that does scare me a little bit. We always play down to bad New York teams, but this is a great New York team, so it's going to be tough to think what might happen there. So, all right. Should I answer this? It might be a personal call again. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. We're gonna go to him. Hello, you're on Out of Bounds with Johnny B. How can I help you? And that's what happens when your fat friend that wants to go to dinner with you calls during a streaming Buccaneer broadcast. There we go. Look, more people. 15-2 home field advantage. 15-2, very realistic. Is it? How crazy is this shit? Right? Like, are you guys even? Is it dawning on you yet that we're a bunch of Bucs fans? Normally, the most beaten down, just pessimistic, just defeated group of diehard saddies, you know, like just downtrodden, just crestfallen. And now look at us. We're talking about 15-2, 14-3. Like the worst one was 13-4. I mean, this is badass. Are we not in a great time right now? I mean, it's ridiculous, man. It really is stupid. I love it. So, okay, Jeremiah says, I'm just thinking we lose input by, okay. I don't know what that means, but I'll go with it. I don't know. It's pretty obvious. I think most people know paper bagging. Yep, still. And Bill's Mafia coming to. Okay, Bill's Mafia will be here. Look, a lot of them are already here, Bear, as you know. You know, there's a lot of transplants down here. That's why these teams sell out, stadiums here. That's why if you go to a Rays game when the Yankees or the Red Sox are here, it's sold out because they all live here. Because although they're loyal to their home base, Florida's better. Sorry, we're here. That's why, the cost of living is so expensive here because all the Northerners have been coming here, buying up all the houses. That's why I had to re-sign my lease and stay renting this place because I can't find a damn house at a reasonable price because everybody that hates Florida is moving to Florida. All these people, they just sit around up north talking shit. Florida, bunch of idiots. Oh, I can't wait to live there with them. 20-0. But I tell my wife every year Bucs are winning the Super Bowl. Look, how many times? These are the stories I like to hear too. And pop these into the chat. Can you think back at the most ridiculous reason why you thought the Bucs were going to win the Super Bowl? Because I can think of a million of them. My friend Billy was probably with me on a lot of them. I remember in 1987 when we drafted Vinny Testaverde, I ran out in the middle of the street in Seminole Heights and screamed that we were winning the Super Bowl because we signed Vinny Testaverde. I really thought that was it, man. We got Vinny Testaverde. How do we not win the Super Bowl now? See how that panned out, right? Yeah. And by the way, I also freaked out when we drafted Jameis Winston. I grew up a Florida State fan, so I was super excited about Jameis Winston. Oh man, it's great. You were excited about Josh Freeman? Okay, I wasn't mad about Josh Freeman, but I didn't think Josh Freeman was going to take us to a Super Bowl or anything. I also didn't think he would be a weird, drug addict, snake charmer. These are alleged. I mean, well, he definitely had snakes, but the other stuff, I don't. I'm just saying, I know people that saw him pretty messed up in South Tampa a few times during football season when he should have. You know what I'm saying? All right. If you want to hop in, the phone lines are there. Oh, let me get the screen so you can actually see the phones. What a fat dummy moron. All right. Get it here. Hey, Tubby Butt, fix your screen. Okay, I'll do it. Don't worry about me, guys. Everything's fine. Yep, we're good. Nah, I'm fine. Don't worry. I'm doing this without a producer, all by myself, guys. There's nobody here helping me. I know. Boo-hoo. My alarm just went off, guys. It's telling me I have a Bucs Report show at 6 o'clock because normally I do. Don't worry about that. Here are the phone numbers somewhere. Hey, fat moron, put your shit on there. Okay, there it is at the bottom. 727-592-8518. So, yeah, this is neat. Monitoring the chat, doing all this at the same time, not bad. Josh Freeman loved Mons Venus. Who doesn't? You know what I mean? I'm not going to doubt the guy or, like deny him that great time. Mons Venus, man. Man, it's a little old school though now, right? I can't remember the last time I was at Mons Venus. Jeff is tough. Yeah, you're right, dude. You're absolutely right. I was so excited when Bucks brought both Lovey and Chris Conte down from Chicago. See what I mean? How stupid does that feel now? Oh my God, we got Lovey Smith. That guy took Rex Grossman to a Super Bowl, man. We're going to win. This is great. Chris Conte, the guy that had his whole career stiff-armed out of him by a slow tight end. My God, that's still the most embarrassing Bucks moment, right? I mean, for a Bucks player. I mean, the most embarrassing Bucks moment was poor Eric Hipple getting completely murdered by Scott Brantley. I don't know if you were at that game. I was a child and I was at that game, and we all saw Scott Brantley's Eric Hipple's spirit come out of his Lions uniform and just float away out of the old sombrero when Scott Brantley ripped his helmet off on that play. And I don't think there was a penalty either. It was totally legit to knock a person's helmet off in the early 80s. It was quite pleasurable to be honest. Back to some more camp news. Evan Winter put out a great article once again, guys. Takeaways from day one. If you go to bucksreport.com, make sure you're hitting up all of the stuff going on. It's just going to get more and more now that we're into it now. So OJ Howard did not practice today. He's coming off of, a season-ending injury. So they're going to take it very safe with OJ Howard. But that's something I think people aren't really thinking about either with the potency of this offense. I mean, we have obviously Gronkowski. Cameron Brate, I think, is one of the better tight ends in the league that really doesn't get the press he deserves. Look how he played in the postseason. He was fantastic. But then if OJ Howard comes back, okay. And we're talking about Jarrell Adams. This guy is not going to be able to make the team. Like, how many tight ends do we keep? But OJ Howard, if he can stay healthy, you're talking about a guy with the physicality of a Calvin Johnson. I mean, he's a monster and fast as hell. So we have a lot of reasons to be overly excited, guys. Oh, look at this one, guys. It's bad when Savvy Piscatelli is a better Buck safety than Conte. Oh, man. Yeah, old Savvy Piscatelli. I think I have one of those jerseys laying around in a closet somewhere. I liked him just because his name. He sounded cool, you know what I mean? Like some good Italian kid from the neighborhood. Hey, we see Piscatelli? The guy, he lit the shit out of Brett Favre. Oh, Piscatelli. Hey, guy's good. He's good at Piscatelli. And how dare Conte wear 23? Look, man. How dare Conte wear a jersey? Look, I'll say this. He had some good plays. He had some good picks here and there, some splashes. He played his ass off. He had a lot of heart. Okay. I don't dislike the guy. He's a real good dude. Okay, here's a question that a lot of people are going to be asking. Do you think OJ Howard will be traded by the deadline? I don't think so, man. Only because of his injury issues. How much are you going to get for him? That's the question. Now, if he looks really good in training camp and he looks really healthy, why get rid of him? Honestly, I don't know. I mean, and what are we trading for? What do we need? That's the thing, too. Normally, people trade because they need something. I don't know what the hell we need. I mean, these are questions that'll be brought up, through training camp. Obviously, and you don't like to think about it, there will be injuries in training camp. There will be. Hopefully not a lot, but we may need to fill a spot. Hopefully a depth spot, not a starting spot. You miss Dougie Martin. What are you, an Adderall dealer? What are you doing here? Doug Martin was great for a couple of years. He really was fantastic for a couple of years and a lot of fun to watch. The muscle hamster was really fun to watch for a couple of years on a crappy team, I might add. So, yeah, he'll always have a little spot in my heart there. And it is sad. We've had some great running backs in some bad times, when the team was not doing well. I mean, I'm always gonna love Cadillac Williams. I thought he was great, and the poor guy just couldn't stop breaking knees. So and nice guy. Like for years, I dealt poker for a living, and I dealt to him. And he was always a nice guy. Quiet, reserved, but nice guy. And I believe he's back at Auburn on their staff coaching. He was at IMG in Sarasota for a little while there. I would see him pretty much every week. I would see Cadillac Williams, but another guy that was just an amazing running back when he was healthy. So Dougie got paid and was done. Well, good for Doug, Rich. You know what? I'd like to get paid and be done. If I can make what Doug Martin made in 2 years, you guys will never see me again. Once in a while, you'd see me getting thrown out of a crab leg buffet or something like that, showing my rich ass. That's what I would do. Good for him, man. Get paid, people. Everybody get paid. Biggest Bucks disappointment was 24/7. Yeah, dude, I never want to be on Hard Knocks ever again. Okay? Don't call us, HBO. Okay? It sucks. And it's a curse. Like, we don't want to be on it. And plus, the Bucks have Buccaneers.com, shout out to them. They have a way better version. If you haven't seen In the Current, and this is me plugging another website and making you, not be on Bucks Report. And of course, Bucks Report's YouTube page. In the Current is done very, very well. It is basically the same vibe as Hard Knocks, but it's all Buccaneers, and they do a really, really, really good job with it. I'm not going to kid you when I say I cried a little bit on that last episode of In the Current. It was the Super Bowl episode. It got me, man. It got me a little bit. Yeah. Way better than Hard Knocks. I agree. It's Hard Knocks, man. They do stuff that's just like, who cares? It's like, here's the coach talking to his wife in the living room. Oh boy, way to peel the curtain back. I don't give a shit. Okay, I don't care. And you let somebody hump a tree for the Bucks. Stupid Swaggy Baker. That's what we'll always remember. This piece of crap. Oh, that and jumping off sides and losing a game against Carolina. Jerk off. Yes, it was good. How about that ring? Yeah, that ring was amazing. I've watched that ring. I've looked at that ring so many times this week. Here, let me for you guys that have not seen the Super Bowl ring. Boom, there you go, right there, folks. Enjoy that. There you go. Hold on, let me take that out of the way for you. There's our guy Thomas Brady, and there is that ring. Good God, look at that. I want to touch one of the rings and the Stanley Cup, before season starts. These are things that I have on my bucket list, not that I want to die before the season starts. I mean, it could happen, but, these are things that I want really, really bad. I saw a few of my friends, including my buddy Adam Hodge, who works for the Bucks, because he's a great chef, good dude, maybe the biggest Bucks fan in history. I mean, he is right up there. Like, you don't even see like national media of like Big Buck Nasty without Adam standing somewhere in the frame. This guy is huge. And he was at the ring ceremony because he works for the Bucks, but a little jealous when I saw him rocking the ring, the real ring. I see a lot of people are buying the duplicates, the Etsy knockoffs or whatever for $50. I don't know. I'd feel a little weird with a fake one. I don't know. If you guys want to buy one, you can. But yeah, the screw off cap. I mean, that is so badass with the stadium on the inside, and it has the scores of all the postseason games. It's sweet, man. It's a sexy thing, and probably the best Super Bowl ring ever made. I mean, it's awesome, right? I mean, you can compare other Super Bowl rings if you want to, but I'm going to disagree with you. This is the best one. So we win, guys. We win in more ways than one. And I love what my buddy Ray said, because I didn't even think about this. I guess you could put stuff inside of the stadium if you. I don't recommend putting cocaine inside your Super Bowl ring, guys. At least not until after you retire. Don't Don't do coke while you're playing, Bucks, unless it helps you. Look, who am I to say what you do? With your performance enhancing stuff. I don't know. Yeah, the Super Bowl ring's got a lot of detail to it. All Super Bowl rings do, but if you go check it out, like all the cool stuff, like on the inside, the writings of it, everything about it is badass. So, and I believe Scotty Miller got the wrong number on his Super Bowl ring. I think they put number 36 for Scotty Miller. Whatever, man. If I won a Super Bowl, I wouldn't care if you got the wrong name, number. You could put a penis on the side of my ring. I'd just be like, look, they gave me a dick ring. Not a big deal. I won the Super Bowl. It's the sweetest dick ring ever. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Give me a dick ring. And back here, I don't know. Speaking of being on drugs, what's going on with this guy, guys? What? You want to win? You want to win a Super Bowl ring, Jeremiah? Well, you better get in the gym, pal. Good luck. And you just had a big fat old guy tell you to get in the gym. There's where your life's at. Winston showed us how roaches procreate at his house. He did that on Hard Knocks. Was that some shit? Yeah. This is how when I was growing up, the roaches were in my house. Hey, that's gross. Jameis, how about that? How about you throw to the right team? That would be perfect. Here's another one. Will Watson ever see the field for the Bucks? Is the writing on the wall? Better question. Will Watson be on the team? That's going to be the problem here because we're talking about Justin Watson, wide receiver. You're talking about the deepest part of the team. They just keep getting better. They draft, Jalen Darden, and I mean, the depth is just ridiculous. I mean, we got to get Tyler Johnson on the field more before Justin Watson. Watson, in my opinion, has been on the team because he's an excellent special teams player. You see on kickoffs, he's one of the first guys down the field. He's very good at special teams. But, we drafted, Mr. Irrelevant, and I'm brain farting his name, the guy with the awesome hair. And he seems to be a special teams addition. He's really good at special teams too. So I don't know. Justin Watson, good guy, good luck in your future endeavors, bud, but it's going to be tough. I don't know if he makes it. I'm rooting for you, bud, but I don't know. Hop on in here, guys. If you'd like to join with us, feel free to. And with us, I mean with me. The phone numbers are up on the board. Boom. 727-592-8518. I'll be on for a little bit longer. Then I got to go hop in the shower and go to a show and do things. So I want all you guys that aren't familiar with me, that just happen to be jumping on through Bucks Report, whether it's the YouTube channel or the website. I'd like to see you guys come out and hang out with me at a comedy show. So I do stand-up comedy, if you don't know, and that's kind of how I got my foot in the door in the media with FM radio and now with bucksreport.com. And yeah, I like to hang out with you guys. Come on, man. Let's hug each other. Let's give each other the Delta variant. It'll be fun. Yeah, don't be scared. Jeremiah is just as old as Tom Brady. Neat. That's what. Oh, look, I agree. I agree right there. Perfect. Awesome. So the Olympics are going on right now. Before we get out of here today, I'd like to have this discussion with you guys because I brought this up in a conversation earlier, and I don't know if this could ever happen. Probably not. But why not just, I don't know, tease the idea, throw it around of having American rules football in the Olympics? I mean, have they even tried? They have everything now. In 3 years, we're going to have break dancing in the Olympics, guys. Break dancing, which I'm not shitting on that. I'm excited about it. I mean, bring back Turbo and Ozone, you know what I mean? From Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo. Let their old asses pop and lock our way to a gold medal. I'm okay with that. It's going to be hard to beat South Korea, though, in breakdancing. I'm just saying. Not that I follow any South Korean breakdancers on YouTube. But yeah, could you imagine, like, remember when the USA Basketball team was good. I know, seems like forever ago. But how we used to dominate with the dream teams, we'd bring in like that first dream team was so unfair to the world. When you're bringing in, Jordan, Bird, Magic, Isaiah Thomas. I mean, it was disgusting, totally unfair. What would the American football team for the Olympics, American rules football team, not soccer, what would that look like? What would that dream team look like? And I know you want to just put the whole Buccaneers team out there, but that's not going to happen. Who is the dream team? I mean, who's the quarterback? Is it Tom Brady? Do you send him to the Olympics? I don't think that could happen because he would be 47 when the next Olympics happens. That would be a toughie. By the way, guys, this is pretty exciting news. Jeremiah is 6 foot and 170 pounds. It's pretty badass. All righty. Hold on. Let me put that into my list of other things I don't give a shit about. Yep, right there. Look at that. That's cool. All right. Yeah. Raymond, no. No, Raymond. No, Aaron Hernandez. He's dead, Raymond. You son of a bitch. All right, let's go position for position real fast. Hop into the chat. I want to see what you got. Most high I like this. Most high school teams could beat all the other countries in American football. I agree. Okay. I mean, I guess Canada would be okay, right? But no. And look, that's not a bad idea. If you win the Super Bowl, your team is the team in the Olympics. I guess it's still not fair. How about this, Charles? How about you send the shittiest NFL team to play the world? Because they would still kill them. You know what I mean? Like, just send the New York Jets over there and let them know what winning feels like. Wouldn't that be nice for them? It's like a participation trophy. Oh, you get the #1 draft pick and a gold medal. How sweet is that? Look at Charles Williams. The Browns would go every year. Come on, man. When are they going to lose that stigma? The Browns they're pretty good now. They're not the old Browns. I mean, for a while they sucked balls, but they're a lot better now. They're above average. They're like in that upper echelon. They're pretty good. Not bad. What's up, Vic? Hey, man. Appreciate you popping in. Look at you with your emojis, old man. You're adorable. If football is an Olympic sport, Ray Lewis would be murdering people. Oh, wait, what? Hey, let me do the comedy, man. All right. You were on a roll. You went too far. They are who we thought they were. I like that. Yeah. You go Herman on me. I like that. So yeah, basically it would be like a Pro Bowl team, but who would be the countries that could even try to challenge the U.S. and American rules football? Like I said, Canada, it would be the closest, but it would still be a complete disaster. I think it would be funny. I think the Olympic Committee would just go, look, we're going to award the United States an extra gold medal every year, and we're just not going to field this event because it's BS. We can't do it. 45 quarterbacks later, and the Browns are okay. It's true. They have been the worst for so long at drafting. Them and the Jets. I mean, they draft badly. Man, Samoans ain't doing shit, Ray. I mean, they would have a good offensive line and a good defensive line, but then they'd have a bunch of fat skill position players. It'd be fun to watch, and their pregame would be scary with that hookah thing or whatever they do at the beginning. Whatever they do. It's scary when they do all that Polynesian chanting stuff, but they'd get that ass whooped. Billy has a good point here. All right. And I don't, don't want to stereotype a group of people. This isn't a racist opinion here. Okay. I know a lot of people are triggered easy, when you stereotype, but Japan is pretty famous for ninjas and sumo wrestlers. I mean, they're pretty popular, and it's a good thing. Ninjas, a million ways of death. Sumo wrestlers, 1 million calories a day. You got a good line and you got some guys that can do backflips and stuff. Not bad. And they can kill you if you try to tackle them. Can you imagine a stiff arm by a ninja? He hits a pressure point. You're dead, bitch. You're dead. 727-592-8518 if you want your voice heard. And I put a link up if you want to pop your face up on the screen and in the chat. I'd love to see how shitty the lighting is on your camera. That'd be fantastic. There it is. I popped it back up right there if you want to hop on. I will be on here for a few more minutes, and then I got to go scrub a dub this big old body. Showering for me takes twice as long as one of you skinny people. You know, there's a lot of area to cover, you know, and then I gotta powder up, man. It's hot outside, you know. Jeez, oh Pete, I haven't been outside, but I hear it's hot outside. It's nasty. Went shopping yesterday, like to Costco, and just from the car to the store, it's so oppressive, man. It is disgusting. And think about these players out there in, you know, training camp practice. I mean, they're not hitting or anything, but they're outside running around. Man, they earn that money. It is it's disgusting, this weather. It's the worst. I'm just gonna say. But I'll still take this over any other place in the world. I hit the wrong button. There it is. Division 2 champs. I don't know. Look, the dream team discussion I thought would be okay, but I think we all agree it's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. Fantasy football. Somebody wanted to know about fantasy football with Bucks Report. I don't know if each show is doing their own league, if the website's doing a league. I'm going to get with the other guys on this, but I would like to do a fantasy football league through Out of Bounds, you know, here, or maybe with Bucks Report. We'll see. I don't know. I would like that. I didn't do a fantasy league last year. I just did I did a weekly FanDuel league with listeners of my FM show. It's like $5-10 a week. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll try to make it interesting and all that stuff. So you are all caught up on training camp stuff. I've answered your questions and all that jive. And I do appreciate you guys hopping on. This has been a lot of fun. Now I'm going to pop some stuff on the screen, and I'm going to plug things. Not my butt. I'm going to plug other things. You'll see. Let's see what we got here. Social media, guys. If you're not following me, please do. Twitter at Johnny B Comedy. Instagram, Johnny B Tampa. Facebook, you're already here. You know where I'm at. TikTok, it's not just for 15-year-old girls anymore. I put a lot of comedy stuff up on my TikTok, and I have two different TikToks. One just for stand-up comedy clips, and the other one's like a hodgepodge of everything I do. Johnny B Tampa on TikTok and Johnny B Comedy on TikTok. I feel silly for even plugging TikTok, but it's a cool way for me to get content out, and I like it. Okay? Once again, 102.5 The Bone, Monday through Friday, 9 to midnight, baby. Yeah, go. Listen to it. Why not? You're probably in your car, driving around, looking for meth or hookers, or maybe you're delivering pizza to meth-riddled hookers. Who knows? And, of course, stand-up comedy. You can check out my schedule, johnnybcomedy.com. I have a lot of stuff coming up in this area. So I'll be at Side Splitters this Thursday night. Come check me out. Then I'll be back at Side Splitters later this month. I have shows coming up in Safety Harbor, Bradenton. I'm all over the place. So check it out. I do appreciate it. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you guys. I have to go. I have a show to be at tonight. So thanks a lot to all you fine folks. I do appreciate it. And it's going to get better and better, guys. Better and better. I'll have more guests coming on, and we're into it now. Training camp's here, and it's going to be nothing but Bucks content all up in your mouth hole, all up in your ear holes. So go to bucksreport.com for all that, man. Thanks a lot, everybody. Bye-bye, Smokey and Charles and Mark and Ray and Victor and all that jive. All right, I'm leaving. Bye-bye, B-holes.